First statement, brother. Women are more than aware of how valuable they are and the value they're born with. True or false?
That's false. Uh, that's false because well, it's twofold really because women instinctively know once they get to a certain point that they are going to be highly sought after by the opposite sex. That's already a given. So on the one end, they know that when they get to a certain point, they're going to be highly desired based upon how they look, their age, and the like, and all those different type of things. However, as far as their true value, they really don't. They're really not aware of what that really is, right? Because of the fact that like the last guest was saying, we live in a very hypersexed hookup culture, right? And we live in the Western society, right? Which means that, okay, women for the most part are going to be taught that, okay, they could use what they have in an attempt to get to what they want, right? Uh, they're taught more so because, again, we live in an over sexualized culture. So, we, it's, our values here are going to be different than maybe, let's say, values maybe in the Middle East or in other countries. We're a very secular country. If you notice now, dating has completely changed, right? Marriage is probably almost non-existent. Divorce rates at an all-time high. People getting together, having kids are at like an all-time low. Marriages don't last very long. Relationships don't last very long. And so, while here, women are sort of taught to, be sexually liberated, and a lot of that has to do with radical mainstream feminism, right? That teaches women that they could just be sexually liberated and have consequence free sex. When in reality, it's not. You can't. You can't put yourself in a position to have consequence free sex. It doesn't exist. That's not true. There's always going to be consequences for that. And the good thing is that the video that you played, because at first I was thinking, because I saw that the interview with Brittany Renner
Mm-hmm.
and Just Pearly, I
Mm-hmm.
actually saw that whole episode, right? And I'm thinking, is she saying this because she's trying to pander, and that maybe she's using Pearly's platform because Pearly, got, I mean, she's almost at 1 million subscribers now. So is this genuine, or is she really reflecting and saying, you know what, I messed up. Maybe, I made a mistake. And if what she says is true, then it's a good thing. I think, she recognizes the mistakes that she made, and that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Hopefully, women can kind of take, her story as a testament, but I have a feeling that that's not going to happen. Maybe for maybe a small few, it might, but I think for the most part, westernized women are still going to kind of live their life and do whatever it is that they want to do. So I don't know. It is what it is,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I 100% agree with you as far as like, you know, because like there's women that haven't made the mistakes that a lot of other women, whether it be women, elderly women in their family, their mother, their aunties, their older sisters, I don't know, just women that they know around in their city in their real life. There's like it's just like a repeated cycle a lot of the times. Like, like women are gonna see this and like, they're still gonna deal with Ladarius and Davion and Javion and Keontae. So
Yeah, legendary.
they're still gonna do what they want to do at the end of the day. So yeah, I 100% agree with you on that. So the second thing,
Yeah.
brother, is she said in that audio, um, I realized that I gave my body to a lot of men that didn't deserve it. So my second statement is women control access to sex. So whether a man quote unquote deserved to sleep with them or not, they wanted to sleep with him. So saying he didn't deserve it is BS. True or false?
Uh,
And before
let's
you answer,
see.
let me say one other thing. Someone like Brittany, who's been lucky enough to like sleep with all these high profile men, um if anything, if you ask me, she's the one that needs to be appreciative. She's the one that needs to be grateful that those men even entertained her and gave her access to their body. So me personally, I think all the high caliber men, high profile men that she slept with, being that they're high profile, I think they more than deserve to sleep with an average woman like her. And like I said, she's the one that needs to be appreciative and grateful. But like I said, if women are the ones that control access to sex, whether a man quote unquote deserves or doesn't deserve it, they're the ones that are ultimately making the decision to sleep with that man because they want to sleep with him. And they're the ones that are giving that man access to their body. Because if they say no, or if they're not interested, that man's not going to have access to their body. So where do you stand on that? True or false?
No, no, I agree with what you said. Like, here's the deal. Like, the thing of it is that hindsight is 2020. So she's saying that they didn't deserve it, but yet she gave herself to them, right? She gave herself to them, and I think she's saying that now because of maybe how things turned out. Maybe if said men chose her in the end, obviously the conversation would be a lot different.
Right.
But nonetheless, she still chose to be with these men, just like most women do. And it's not. I'm not gonna. I mean, it is what it is. Myself personally, I'm a realist. I see things how they are, and so most women, and the funny thing is, I've been in these lives, and women try to sit here and deny it. You can't deny it. First of all, women mostly, for the most part, want a man who's going to be taller than them, who has more social status than them, who has more money than them, and is in a certain position of financial power. And by that, I mean a top six-figure earner. It's plain and simple, period. You know what I mean? There is no other way around it. Women want a successful man. That's it. And so there's a reason why 80% of the women go after 20% of the men or 10% of the men. There's a reason for that. There's a reason because think about it. Most Americans live paycheck to paycheck, right? We know this, right? And so with that being said, you have women who they don't want struggle love. They're going to want a man to hold their own financially. And if he can, he's going to be out of the running. It's that simple. And so that's why most women are going to go after that. I saw that when I used to work at ESPN. I saw this. I saw this. I would see in Dallas. I would see in other cities. I would see the team NBA team bus pull up, and there would be women waiting, waiting, to get their opportunity and get their chance. And these were the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life, just waiting to get their chance, waiting to shoot their shot. You know what I mean? Because these men are going to be highly sought after. I mean, it is what it is. There's an app called Baller Alert for that very reason that tracks, industry, maybe parties or events, and women get an alert in the text and then show up. You know what I mean? That's the reality. That's the reality. But like I said, I'm still not sure what to make of the whole Brittany thing. Like I said, hopefully my hope is that she's being serious. But again, but again, she's on Pearlie's platform, right? So, but again, like I said, if she's assuming she's being serious, it's a good thing that she's admitting her mistake. Um, and because the thing of it is, my belief is that no one is past the point of redemption. I always try to believe that everybody makes mistakes, but the secret is to learn from it. So hopefully her and maybe other women can learn from their mistake. And not go down that path, because it's interesting. I think Mia Khalifa, Lana Rhodes also, have sort of expressed similar sentiment,
Right.
to the point where they've admitted, you know what, I kind of made a mistake
Right.
in kind of pursuing the path that I did.
Right.
Um, and I tell women all the time, like, look, I don't judge you. You do this OF stuff, you're out
Right.
here, whatever, whatever.
Right.
Um, you know, you just got to be careful.
And I'll when we I'll touch on the last thing you said when we get to the last statement. But the third statement is a lot of women they love it. A lot of women love having casual sex and participating in hookup culture. True or false?
Oh, it's true. Yeah, I mean, because like it was designed like intercourse was designed to be to feel good. So human beings like it. I mean, it is what it is. Um, but the thing of it is that like I said, there's no such thing as consequence-free sex. There's no such thing as that. Especially in regards with women, and there's going to be consequences for that. That's why, as men, we say, look, body count, that's going to matter. You know, you have people that don't want to hear it, but and like I said, I try not to judge people for their actions or what they do, but at the same time, it's like the majority of men do not want a woman with a high body count because ultimately, whether you know it or not, or want to acknowledge it, it's going to affect her, right? The more people that she's been with. So ultimately, men don't want that. Um, but again, like I said, I mean, we live in a society where promiscuity, that thing is, I mean, it's promoted, and it does our society no good. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, it lowers the value in regards to having to have a long term relationship with a woman who's been promiscuous. That's why divorce rates are very high. The more, and this is statistically proven, the more partners a woman has been with, there's a higher likelihood of divorce. That's why men prefer a woman with a lower body count. But that nowadays, that's almost impossible. You know what I mean? I mean, just how things are, it's almost impossible. So, you know, it is what it is.
Okay. So the fourth statement is a woman taking accountability for her past actions and trying to portray herself as a reformed hoe is not going to make her be seen in a better light in the eyes of most eyes and or most men, and damn sure not a wife. True or false?
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that too. The thing of it is that you wanna own your mistake. And like I said, the whole idea of trying to portray yourself into, like I said, I always believe that no one is past the point of redemption. So everybody makes mistakes, and the secret is to learn from it. So if she's truly sincere, um, then I'll say yes, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. But the thing is that you have to be consistent and change and stay the course. But if you're just doing lip service, like, oh, I'm reformed, and your actions don't match your words, then obviously there's a problem. There's an issue. So I would just say, be consistent. Um, and then also, for Brittany, she wants to change her circle. You be around women that you're trying to be like, women who are, on the path to being righteous, being virtuous. Um, and she definitely, well, like I said, I'm not sure what her circle is, but she definitely wants to change her circle if she's trying to change herself. Because you are the sum total of who you hang with. So if you're trying to change, then obviously you want to hang around new people. So I think that's key too. So you know, like I said, my hope is, and I'm gonna end it here, but my hope is that if she's truly genuine and serious, then she can change and be consistent. And who knows? Maybe she might find someone if she's lucky. Who knows?
So also you said you don't believe um anyone is like past the point of redemption. People may be able to redeem themselves. People may be able to have a new mindset. People may be able to change their behavior, but fortunately or unfortunately, here in America, that's not really going, you being redeemed is not really going to change the consequences for your past actions. Like here in America, we live in a place to where like a man or a young man or young woman can mess their whole life up before they even get a chance to start it. Like
True.
you can get a felony at 18 years old, and you can go sit down for 6 7 years, and when you come out, you're not the same person you were at 24 25 that you were at 18. Your mentality is the same. You did your time for the wrong that you did, but society is still not going to reward you with getting a job in corporate America. There's going to be a lot of colleges that aren't going to admit you to their school. I mean, it's, you might not even be able to get a job at McDonald's. You might not even be able to get a cashier job. So, when we're talking about Brittany and women like Brittany,
Uh-huh.
and just women that behave this way. Again, like that's why I say reformed hoe. You might not want to be a hoe anymore. You might not have that mindset. You might not want to move that way. But in the eyes of a lot of men, that's still how they're going to see you. And
Absolutely.
and why
Absolutely.
and it's like, why do you not want to move that way anymore? Do you not want to move that way anymore because you genuinely don't want to move that way, or because, like, Seven Figure Sister and Muscle Noble was saying, it's because you're a single mother now, and you just are an average girl from Mississippi that luckily, you've been lucky to be with all these high profile men, but now you're looking at yourself in the same boat as the average woman, the average single mothers that, you know, got, whether it's one kid by one man or multiple kids by multiple different men. Like, like I said, I believe all women have their epiphany moment. And I just think Brittany is having her epiphany moment right now. And that is the reason that she wants to change. Like, I'm a single mother now, you know, it didn't work out like how I thought it was gonna work out or how I wanted it to. So now I want to change. But it's like, no, a lot of men, especially when you go to the point of writing a book, bro, when there's no coming back, when you go to the point of writing a book, and now when you've dealt with all these high profile men, can you really get with an average guy? Can you get with a guy that's making 70, 80K a year? Can you even get with a man that's making 100K a year when you've dealt with all these high profile guys? It's going to be kind of hard.
No, I agree. I want to comment on that. I definitely agree. And to your point, for every action, there's going to be an equal and opposite reaction, and there are going to be severe consequences for your actions. Now, the reason why I mentioned that uh, no one is past the point of redemption, meaning that it's never too late for someone to try to recognize their mistakes and change for the better. Yeah. Now, having said that, obviously, with Brittany in her situation, there's going to be a huge hill to climb. I'm talking about a monumental hill
Mount
in her situation.
Kilimanjaro. Mount Kilimanjaro.
Mount Everest.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, Mount Kilimanjaro. I'm dead.
Right.
So yeah, so there's a huge hill for her to climb, obviously. But as long as she stays the course, she's consistent and committed, it keeps God first. I believe with God anything is possible. So yeah, so that's my position because only the Most High could, uh, you know,
Judge.
yeah, no, yeah, only the Most High could judge and help her with her situation.
Mhm.
But we'll
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. We'll
Yeah,
see.
we like to believe that only the Most High can judge, and I mean, shoot, the book says only the Most High can judge, and I even said here earlier, I'm not trying to pass judgment because I'm not in any position to judge anybody, but the reality is that men and women in society judge people. People look at people and judge them. That people look at people that they don't know from a can of paint and judge them. And
Yep.
I just as a man myself, as a man yourself, I don't really know too many people. I don't really know too many. I don't know any men. I don't know any men that are going to just knowingly wife, a former hoe and try to make her a housewife. I don't.
Yeah, she
I
has to get a
always
stamp.
I
She has to
always
get.
tell, well, exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
Only a man that like has low self worth, a man that doesn't really respect himself, and a man that really doesn't have any options. I think those are the guys that like wife women like Brittany. But a man that is like really doing well for himself and has stuff going on, and like like why? Who's gonna like raise their hand or line up to like take care of a woman like Brittany and her little peanut head son Keenan. Like, who's gonna do that?
And I
Ah!
swear, and I swear, if y'all black
Oh,
women say fucking Russell Wilson, I'ma scream.
Oh my gosh,
please don't.
That's the
No,
first thing
don't
they
listen.
run straight to Russell Wilson. Well, Russell Wilson did it.
You know what I don't like? Hold on, let me say something. I gotta respond to that. You know what really grinds my gears is that you'll have women who will look to Sierra and Russell Wilson. This is why I get upset by this because it strengthens their resolve. They'll say to themselves, okay, I can kind of live out here all lackadaisical and willy nilly and be reckless. But then if things don't work out, then I could simply just go and settle down with a Russell Wilson type, right? And that's not the reality. That's why I don't like them using that as an example. Now, shout out to Sierra. At least, well, it's kind of twofold because in the beginning I was like, okay, at least Sierra found her mistake and acknowledged it and got with a good guy. But there's rumors that she still or their future still smashes on C, quote unquote. So I don't know if that's true or not, but oh God, I don't know.
Listen,
That's a
listen.
whole other can of worms.
Let me speak on the whole Russell Wilson thing, ladies. Listen, let me tell you something because I say this all the time here on my platform. Whether you like it or you want to accept it or not want to accept it, for those of you women that haven't made the mistakes that a lot of the women have made yet, listen, you're not going to be like the baby mama, the girlfriend, the fiance, the wife of an athlete or entertainer. Okay, 99.9% of you, that's not going to be a reality for you. Okay, so when y'all on Instagram and y'all in the shade room and y'all want to be Jada Waiter and y'all want to be Ari and y'all want to be light skinned Keisha and Chinese Kitty and all the women that y'all see on these different blogs, that's not going to be a reality for 99% of you. 99% of you, you are going to be in a relationship with a man to where you are going to be working. You are going to be contributing financially to the household arrangement because, there's this whole 50-50 talk going on right now. And all you women be talking about, I want a man that can, pay all the bills and provide me a certain lifestyle. That's not going to be a reality for 99% of you. That wasn't a
Yep.
reality for your mother. That's not a reality for your big sister. That's not a reality for you right now. That wasn't a reality for your grandmother. Like you're going to work. I hope the job that you got, I hope you got a retirement plan. Hope you got a pension plan or something like that. But that's going to be you're not going to be on no private jets. You're not going to be driving in Rolls Royces and Ferraris and Lamborghinis. You're not going to be in Dubai this month and in Ibiza next month. No, you gonna have your job to where you get 2 weeks of vacation a year, and you're gonna do what you want to do when you take your time off. That's going to be the reality for a lot of you. So stop looking up to Sierra. Stop listening. Stop listening to Sierra's prayer. Stop doing all that. That's not gonna be your reality. Y'all want a man to come and save y'all and provide this lifestyle for y'all instead of just working hard and trying to provide that lifestyle for yourself. It's not gonna be a reality for y'all. So cut it out. Stop looking up to Sierra and all these other women, okay? Like, look in the mirror and look up to yourself. Look up to your name. Because that's what your reality is gonna be.
Yeah,
And
it's
let's be
just
real.
yeah.
And let's be real, right? The high value man that they want, right? You think this man is gonna let you sit around all day being a Peggy Hill, watching goddamn soap operas and eating bonbons,
Peggy
sitting on the
Hill.
couch, spending
Peggy
yeah,
Hill.
Peggy Hill. That's what they strive to be, a Peggy Hill, right? They try to be no, a Peggy Bundy. I meant to say they try to be a Peggy Bundy, sitting around eating bonbons, spending up all their husband's money. Oh no, it's not gonna work that way. You gonna be a secretary. You gonna be taking calls at the office. You gonna pick up the kids. You're gonna bathe the kids. You're gonna wash the laundry. You're gonna make the dinner. Oh yeah, tomorrow Sally she has a PTA meeting. We need 40 cookies stat and we got some stuff to do. Oh yeah, Saturday we got to go to Mr. Barrywater's Christmas party. Go pick up the stuff from the dry cleaners. And when you're coming from the dry cleaners, go pick up the stuff from the office. I forgot about it. And when you come from the office, go pick up little Billy. Then go get Sarah. Then go get the kids. Then go do. You gonna be working. Ain't no. Oh, and then he's gonna tell you to shut the fuck up. Are you gonna be ready for that? And then also,
But
what you gonna do when there's about 20 Brittany Renners, 21, 22, light skinned and pretty, everything sitting up everywhere, and now you got to deal with that. Can you deal with that?
you know what's
See,
interesting though? Look, I don't mind. Here's the thing. I don't mind. It doesn't bother me because look, I told Noble knows this. I think Noble's in finance. I'm in real estate, right? Like,
Yep.
here's the thing. I don't mind when a woman says, okay, she wants a six-figure man or whatever. I don't think I'm really bothered by that. It doesn't bother me because most women do. What bothers me is that you don't, you're not really cognizant and aware of, first of all, how common that's not, because it's not very common. And two, what you have to do in order to get a man like that and what it comes with, right? They just don't fall out of the sky. Like Noble said, it's a very small percentage of a very small percentage of a very small percentage. And so there's a lot that you have to do to secure a man like that. And women think that, not all of them, but most of them think, okay, all I have to do really is just look pretty and come into the situation. And that's all I have. It's like, no, 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 no. There's a lot more to it than just how you look. I mean, because if you're just selling yourself on just your looks, well then Peggy down the street, she has a booty just like you do. Kim, Laura, uh uh, you know, Becky, Rebecca, whoever, I mean, they look pretty like you. Like, what is it that's different, that's proprietary that you have that they don't have? Right? Are you a good woman? Are you virtuous? Uh, can you even cook? Can you do that? Most people can't even cook. You know what I mean? Like what can you do? Like what are you a peaceful woman? I mean, are you positive? Are you going to be his peace? Are you going to be submissive? Like men are going to be looking at all of those things now. Like, and to what the other lady was saying, dating has changed completely. Like, and it used to be, where you have a lot of men pursuing. Now, all of that now, oh, no, 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 no. It's changed completely. I remember going to a bar not too long ago. I say about maybe 2 months ago, went to a bar and I just saw it was different. The men who were there, they were just chilling with the guys, have some drinks, and the women were just kind of in a circle, kind of dancing amongst themselves. It's like you didn't see much interaction. Most of the people were on their phone drinking. It was weird. It was very strange. I'm like, damn, this is different. You know what I mean? So it's like it's just the dynamic has changed a lot, and men, like I said, have picked up on it. That's why they're not pursuing like they used to.
And
So it is what it is. So go ahead.
and also like in this last thing I'm gonna say, like because I had a stream like maybe a couple of nights ago about young Miami having a whole mental breakdown on the internet over the Diddy thing. Listen, these men that like a lot of y'all be wanting, like I said, like at the top of the stream, like this is, let me say this too for the women that weren't here earlier. A lot of like the women that be saying that we don't want these type of guys and this, that, and third. You say that because you don't qualify for those type of men, and you haven't had any interactions with those men, and in your head you're not going to have any interactions with those caliber of men. So that's why you say we don't want it. But if it was a reality for you, you would be more than glad to be a part of Diddy's stable. You would be more than glad to be part of Diddy's harem of women. You would be more than glad to be part of Drake's stable and harem of women. Michael B. Jordan, the list can go on and on. Whatever athlete, actor, entertainer, whatever you want to name, you would be very much glad to be a part of it. But it's not a reality for you, so that's why you say it. None, again, these men that y'all say that y'all be wanting, they're not. You're not going to be the only one. That's the problem a lot of y'all be having. Y'all be wanting these men, but y'all be wanting to be the only one in that man's life. And that's why I always say, y'all women, y'all like men and are attracted to men that have significant options when it comes to women, and that they exercise those options. But those are the men that you are attracted to. And you want to be the only one, you're not going to be the only one. So if you're
Mm-mm.
cool being a side chick, if you're cool being part of a stable or a harem, then go after those guys. But if you're not, then don't go after those guys.
But that's the thing. They want what they want, though. That's the thing. And to them, the whole idea is, no, I'm not going to settle. Why should I? I deserve this. I
Right.
deserve a man who does this. And it's like, what deserve? Look, like I said, I'm not against you wanting what you want. That's cool. But why do you think you deserve that? If the argument is that, okay, I can provide X, Y, Z, I'm submissive, I'm friendly, she's friendly, submissive, wifey material, righteous, puts God first, cooks, cleans, does everything to make her husband's life easier, then I'll say, okay, cool. But if you're just coming if she's coming to into it saying, okay, she has a nice body, she's beautiful, and then she is the table, I'm like, no, that's a red flag, that's a no go.
Yeah. Thank you, Osai. Go ahead and mute up, bro. I'm gonna move on. We'll move on to Big Mugga. Mugga, what's good? How you doing?